Hello, everybody. It is the 20th of October, 2023. Today, if all goes well, I should be able to get that steering gear out. This all started a while back, but I'm getting there. Today, I have everything out of the way now to get to the brake master cylinder and booster assembly to get it out, and then I'll be able to lift the steering gear out from the top of the car. So I've broken the brake lines loose already from the master cylinder. And again, this car doesn't have rust issues, so things come apart with relative ease. Although I always have trouble with these fittings. I had to use vice grips on one of them because I can never stop myself from rounding the corners on those nuts. The the socket is a what is this? This is a 7/16, 9/16 size that holds the nuts on. There's four of them under the dash here that hold the booster against the firewall. So I'm taking those off now, and then I'm going to disconnect the brake light switch and the shaft that goes into the master cylinder, and then that should all come apart. Right here, I had to use vice grips on that little nut there because even though I have the right size wrench, which is I believe it was a 3/8, I don't have a tubing wrench, but even when I have tubing wrenches, I tend to round off those little nuts. So I'm better off just using the vice grips. A little primitive maybe, but it worked. The one underneath, the bigger one, was a 1/2 inch, and that one actually broke loose like it was supposed to. I just held the one nut and turned this, and it came loose. So that's a good thing. So those will come off pretty easily. Okay, inside the car underneath here, I've removed all four of the nuts now, and I noticed that one of them was missing a washer. I don't know if again that was another manufacturing defect or if somebody's had this booster off before. It's quite possible. This isn't the original booster, or it's been off before. So I have one more washer still stuck up there. I gotta get that off and not lose it behind the carpeting and all that. Here's the brake light switch. You can see right there with the little cotter key looking thing right there that has to be pulled out. I don't actually have to unplug it. I just need to remove it from the shaft there, and then the booster will be ready to come out underneath the hood or in the engine compartment. All right, now I'm going to finish disconnecting those two brake lines. Everything is loose inside the car now, so getting this the rest of the way off should not be too hard. So this one's already loose, the one lying on the bottom, so I'm just going to finish. Okay, brake lines are almost loose. Come here. There we go. Okay, that one should be out. It is now. Theoretically, I should be able to slide that booster forward. Let's see what happens. Ah, okay. That's it there. All right. And there's the brake booster. Right there. Got her. And now, all this effort has been leading to this point where I can actually lift out this stubborn steering gear, which is now, of course, hung up down here somewhere. Ah, come on. That sucker's pretty freaking heavy. Ah, definitely easier to do it without the hoses in the way like they are right now. Okay. Okay, come on. That sucker's bigger than I remember it too. Ah, and there you have it. That was the goal I originally set out with days and days ago. I'm going to stop this recording now and reassess where I'm at. All right, just taking a quick look at what we have here. These insulators right here, those insulators are going to be eliminated. That's the kit that I bought online. I forget who I bought it from right now, but those have rubber embedded in there that loosens up. In fact, if you look closer, you can see how bad shape it's already at, which means the steering gear was moving as the steering wheel was turning and all that. So that's will be eliminated when I delete those and replace them with the bolts and the bushings that I have. This unit was leaking at the bottom here, the main seal, the main shaft. That's why it has to be resealed. So one of my winter projects will be to clean this up completely and then disassemble it and replace the seals that are inside. I have a kit for that. This is the hose that I broke before trying to get it out originally. I have a new hose that came with the power steering pump, but I don't know if it's this one or this one. I have a feeling it's probably this one, but be that as it may, I'll have to get a replacement for that hose there. And the brake booster here, I will attempt to get a replacement. I don't think I can get a new one, but I know I've seen rebuilt ones out there and also services that will rebuild this one. So another winter project that I'll work on, and I'll also replace the master cylinder. That I know I can get fairly easily still. So I'm just going to clean up my mess right now, put things away, and decide what my next steps are. A couple more quick things. I noticed that my speedometer cable that leads from the speedometer to the cruise control unit goes right there. The cover is messed up here. I think it probably still works, but that's something I'm probably going to try and get a replacement for. No, I can't get it new, but I should be able to find a used one somewhere. And I made sure I capped off the ends of the brake lines here so I don't get any moisture or dirt inside there. And something else that I wanted to mention too, regarding this linkage here, there are bushings that are supposed to go, and these bushings look like they're still in place, so they're not in real bad shape on this car. The bushing that goes right here connects to or there's supposed to be a bushing there, between this linkage and the steering column gear selector. I didn't realize I could just lift that out now. So another part that I can clean. So I'm talking about where this connects to the steering column, which is right here. It goes right in here. You can see how loose that is. There's supposed to be a bushing in there, and there was not a bushing there when I took it apart. There was just a cotter key holding that on there. So that would be real sloppy for shifting. So I'll definitely have to get a bushing to go into there. And this will just be added to my parts to be cleaned. And I think that's it. I'm going to do a little shopping online, see what I can find for parts, and decide. I think the next thing I'm going to attempt to do while the weather is still halfway decent is get back under the car and disconnect that other exhaust pipe, the right side one. The left side one is off now, laying on the ground partially. And there's also that motor mount that I still want to break loose. So I think that's what I'm going to do next, just because the weather's nice. All right, this is the offending nut and washer. I noticed the washer is damaged pretty heavily, so I'm not going to reuse that. I'll have to get a replacement when I put the new motor mounts on and all that some year down the road, but at least I finally got it loose. Even though I initially broke it loose with my foot and my leg, it was still being stubborn, so I ended up having to raise it up on a jack to get more room under there, use some more leverage, and I finally got it the rest of the way off. And since I had it up, I also was able to pull the exhaust pipe out, and you can see that it's in very nice condition. No dents on it or anything, still very usable. I'm going to get under there and do the other side too. Just disconnecting it from the end over there, and then this end's already disconnected. I'll pull that out too. So little by little I continue the disassembly. All right, almost there with getting the other exhaust pipe off. I had to raise it up on this side here to get enough clearance to crawl under there. These are the two bolts that came out of the flange on this side. They came off pretty easily. I ran out of penetrating oil, but these still came out was relatively easy. So under here, you can see how the pipe is just sitting there now. So I should just be able to kick it and knock it loose and see what happens here. Okay, that's loose. Now we're gonna pull on it so we can get it loose from the front. It goes into the exhaust manifold, and there it is. All right, sweet. So that just fell down in the front where it sits in the exhaust manifold, and I'll be able to pull that out too. So that was successful. So now the engine is free except for the transmission where it's attached to still, and the exhaust pipes are out. All right, so in conclusion for today, got the steering gear out. That's where this all started, this journey. Got that taken care of. Got the brake master cylinder and booster out. Got the exhaust pipes removed from the engine. They're stored now in my shed. And got that motor mount disconnected finally. I didn't think I'd ever get that done. So all in all, pretty good day. I don't have time to devote today anymore to it. Probably going to be off for the next several days. Got to work. Anyway, I'm happy with the way things are going. That's it for now.